Have you ever wondered? Answers to some important questions in life. Could the internet be wiped out?
The comedian Eddie Izzard joked about technophobia. "I've wiped all my files. Oh no, I've wiped the internet." Would it really be possible to delete the internet? Could anything trigger its total collapse? Given our dependence upon it, it's a frightening thought. Luckily for us, wiping out the entire internet would be nigh on impossible. No one machine or cable keeps all of it going. It connects our computers in many different ways by land, sea and space via satellites. If one connection is damaged, other routes can eventually be found. But imagine the upheaval across the world if it did collapse, even temporarily. Cable and satellite services would be lost. There would be no access to TV channels, no mobile phone service, no email, no texts, no blogs, no Facebook and no tweets. The world of business would be in total disarray. Internet giants like Google and Amazon would grind to a halt. A crash that lasted even a short time would lead to chaos and panic in financial markets around the world. It is incredible to think that in just a couple of decades, so many aspects of our lives have become so reliant upon it. And, as much as it is sometimes tempting to contemplate a simpler, less stressful world without it, it's a relief to learn how resilient it actually is.
How many species live on or in the human body?
There are about 200 species, including 80 in the mouth alone, that inhabit the human body. However, alongside these, our bodies are also host to a mind-boggling number of bacteria. The total excreted by the body every day ranges from 100 billion to 100 trillion. Some 10 million occupy every square centimetre of our flesh. The most densely populated areas of the human body are the teeth, throat and alimentary tract, where the concentrations are increased times 1,000 compared to on the skin. But although such figures seem huge, it has been calculated that if you stuck together all the bacteria on the skin of the average human, it would only be the size of a pea. And then there are the common parasites found on the human body. For example, the follicle mite. Found on every individual, it spends all its days harmlessly munching dead skin cells. However, another parasite, Naegleria fowleri, is far from harmless. This invades the brain and multiplies until the host drops dead. Fortunately, only very few humans ever meet this.
What would happen if we didn't have leap years?
A leap year consists of 366 days, as opposed to a common year which has 365 days. During leap years, we add a leap day, an extra day on February the 29th. A leap year is every 4 years in the modern Gregorian calendar. They are needed to keep our calendar in alignment with the Earth's revolutions around the Sun. It takes the Earth approximately 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds to circle the Sun. However, the Gregorian calendar has only 365 days in a year, so if we didn't add a day on February the 29th nearly every 4 years, we would lose almost 6 hours off our calendar every year. After only 100 years, it would be off by approximately 24 days. Julius Caesar introduced leap years over 2,000 years ago, but the Julian calendar had only one rule. Any year divisible by 4 would be a leap year. This led to too many leap years, a problem solved over 1,500 years later with the introduction of the Gregorian calendar. In this, further criteria were taken into account. The year must be divisible by 4. However, if the year can also be divided by 100, it is not a leap year, unless it is divisible by 400. This means that 2000 and 2400 are leap years, but 1900 and 2100 are not. The year 2000 was special because it was the first leap year divisible by 400 since the transition from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar.
Why do songs get stuck in my head?
You know the experience. You hear a song and it plays and replays inside your head in a never-ending loop. These songs have many names: stuck song syndrome, sticky music, and cognitive itch, but most commonly earworm, from the German Ohrwurm. Whatever their name, they can be very annoying. Nearly everyone gets them on occasion, but some people are much more susceptible than others. So what causes earworms? An unsurprising finding is that if you hear a song recently or repeatedly, you're more likely to get stuck with it. But sometimes songs pop into our heads even when we haven't heard them for a long time. In this case, something in our current environment may trigger the memory. This happens because the brain never stops working, and its auditory areas, where musical information is retained, can process music all day. Perhaps a more important question than the cause of earworms is, how do we turn them off? One piece of advice is to start another activity. Go for a run, watch a favourite TV programme, or think of another song to push out the first. However, the danger here is that the song that cures you might just end up being the next earworm.
What is the origin of the @ symbol?
History tells us that the little @ in email addresses, and commonly referred to as the @ sign, stemmed from the tied hands of medieval monks. During the Middle Ages, before the invention of printing presses, every letter of a word had to be painstakingly transcribed by hand for each copy of a book. The monks that performed these tedious copying duties looked for ways to reduce the number of individual strokes for common words. Although the word @ is quite short, it was so common that the monks thought it would be quicker and easier to shorten it even more. As a result, they looped the T around the A and eliminated 2 strokes of the pen. With the introduction of email, the popularity of the @ symbol grew. It separates a person's online username from their mail server address. For instance, joe@uselessknowledge.com. There is no one universal name for the sign, but countries have found different ways to describe it. Several languages use words that associate the shape with some type of animal. These include Appenstaartje, Dutch for monkey's tail; Snabel, Danish for elephant's trunk; Kissetana, Finnish for cat's tail; Papakia, Greek for little duck; Kukac, Hungarian for worm; Dalfingi, Korean for snail; Grisahaula, Norwegian for pig's tail; Sobakia, Russian for little dog; Klamaafa, German for hanging monkey;